The coffee mug leaves Jason's, my husband's hand. It spins through the air once, twice, before it hits me. Heat, scorching, burning. The scalding liquid splashes across my cheek, seeping down my neck, soaking into my blouse. My breath catches the sting of pain mixing with the sharp edge of disbelief. The mug shatters against the floor. Shards of ceramic skitter across the linoleum. For a moment, the kitchen is silent. Jason doesn't move. He doesn't rush to me. He doesn't even flinch. Instead, he stands over me, his face eerily calm, cold, detached, like he didn't just do that. His voice is low, edged with something even darker than his anger. Vanessa's coming later. You will give her your card, or get the hell out. The front door slams so violently that the framed photos on the wall rattle. The one from our wedding. The one where I'm smiling at a man I thought would protect me. Tilts, hanging off center. Hours earlier, the early morning light spills through the kitchen window, casting a golden hue across the worn maple dining table where I sit. The aroma of coffee lingers in the air, a scent that once felt like comfort. Not today, not anymore. Across the room, Jason Carter, my husband of 6 years, paces like a caged animal, the floorboards groan under his weight. His jaw tight, muscles twitching beneath stubbled skin. I don't need him to speak to know what's coming. We've been here before. Last night's fight still hangs between us, suffocating like smoke in a room with no exit. Jason's phone had buzzed. At midnight, Vanessa Carter. Again. His sister's emergencies were never true emergencies. Not unless an overpriced handbag or a last-minute vacation to Cancun counted as crises. I already knew what she wanted before Jason even spoke. He clears his throat, turning toward me. Vanessa just needs a little help. Olivia, he says, his voice sharp but coated in forced patience. Like I'm the one being unreasonable. I shake my head before he can finish. No, Jason, my voice is firm, steady. I need it to be. We can't keep bailing her out. His nostrils flare. She's family. So am I. My words land between us like a brick dropped into water, sending ripples through the tension. He scoffs. You don't get it. You don't have siblings. You don't know what family means. The insult is cheap, one I've heard before, but this time, it hits differently. I know what family doesn't mean, I say, gripping my coffee mug to keep my hands from shaking. And it doesn't mean being someone's personal ATM every time they screw up. Jason stalks toward me, his presence looming. His eyes flash, a warning. I brace myself for another argument. Maybe a slammed door, a fist against the wall, something to remind me how much control he still believes he has. What I don't expect, what I never expected, is for him to throw the coffee mug. Now I sit there, motionless, not in shock, not anymore. The broken mug, the spilled coffee, the red-hot sting on my skin. This is my life now, a husband who throws things instead of punches. A marriage that's rotted from the inside out. A man who doesn't even care if he hurts me. And suddenly, the thought of staying feels so much worse than the fear of leaving. For the first time, I let myself imagine a life without Jason, and I want it. I don't even realize my hands are shaking as I reach for my phone. I scroll through my contacts, past the names of people I've lost touch with, friends I let slip away because Jason didn't approve, because it was easier than fighting. Then I see her name. Rachel Monroe, my best friend from college. Jason never liked her, said she was a bad influence, said she was too independent, too opinionated. I haven't spoken to her in months, maybe a year, but I press call anyway. The phone rings once, twice, then Liv. Her voice is familiar and warm and full of concern, and suddenly, for the first time in 6 years, I realize something. I don't have to do this alone. I don't even realize my hands are shaking as I reach for my phone. I scroll through my contacts, past the names of people I've lost touch with, friends I let slip away because Jason didn't approve, because it was easier than fighting. Then I see her name, Rachel Monroe, my best friend from college. Jason never liked her, said she was a bad influence, said she was too independent, too opinionated. I haven't spoken to her in months, maybe a year, but I press call anyway. The phone rings once, twice, then Liv. Her voice is familiar and warm and full of concern. And suddenly, for the first time in 6 years, I realize something. I don't have to do this alone. Rachel picks up on the third ring. Liv. Her voice is groggy. Confused. It's barely passed on. But that single word carries something I haven't Heard in so long, concerned, my throat closes. Emotions surging up too fast for me to control. I swallow, hard, gripping my phone as though it's my last lifeline. Rage. My voice is barely a whisper, fragile, trembling. I need help, instantly. She's alert. I hear the rustle of sheets as she sits up, the sharp shift in her breathing. Where are you? What happened? The words pour out in a broken rush. Jason. The fight. The scalding coffee still burning on my skin. The ultimatum. The mug shattering like the last fragile piece of our marriage. Rachel doesn't hesitate. Not for a second. Get out, her voice is steel, unshakable. Pack a bag and come to me right now. I don't argue. I just move. I feel detached. As I walk through the house, moving as if I'm watching someone else. Some broken, exhausted version of me, gathering the remnants of a life that isn't worth saving. The bedroom is cold. The air heavy with memories that no longer belong to me. I grab a suitcase from the closet and start stuffing clothes inside, my fingers moving on autopilot, enough to last a few weeks, maybe longer. I don't know how long I'll be gone, but I know I can't return. I yank open the dresser drawer and find a small showbox beneath a pile of forgotten sweaters. Inside a stash of emergency cash, bills folded neatly, tucked away for years, just in case. It was meant to be for a rainy day. I never imagined the storm would look like this. My gaze drops to my left hand. The wedding ring is still there, a cold, suffocating weight. For 6 years, it symbolized commitment, love, a promise. Now it's just a shackle. I slide it off and toss it onto the dresser, the metal clinking softly against the wood. I don't look back. As I step into the hallway, my eyes land on the kitchen. The broken mug is still on the floor. Coffee stains the linoleum. Jason didn't even bother to clean it up. Let him see it. Let him walk in and realize he pushed too far. Let him know I'm done. The suitcase thuds against the passenger seat as I slide into my car. My hands shaking as I grip the steering wheel. I take one last look at the house. The dark windows. The silent walls. It doesn't feel like home. It hasn't in a long time. I take a shaky breath and start the engine. For a moment, I just sit there, fingers tightening around the wheel. Then I back out of the driveway, every nerve in my body braced for Jason's truck to come barreling down the road. The headlights cast long shadows as I turn onto the street, leaving behind 6 years of my life in the rear view mirror. Charleston blurs past me. The street's empty in the early morning quiet. The world outside is still sleeping, oblivious to the fact that my entire life just changed. I don't know where I'm going. I only know I can't go back. Rachel's porch light is on when I pull into her driveway, a beacon in the dark. The moment my car stops, the front door bursts open and she's running toward me. I barely get the door open before she pulls me into a tight hug, her arms warm, grounding, a shield against the cold reality I just left behind. You're safe now, she murmurs, her voice fierce with protectiveness I hadn't realized I still deserved. I don't mean to cry, but the weight of the past 6 years, the fear, the loneliness, the exhaustion of surviving crashes over me all at once. The sob escapes before I can stop it. Rachel holds me tighter, murmuring things I can't process over the sound of my own ragged breathing. We stand there in the stillness of the night, my body shaking, unraveling, as I let myself grieve for the woman I used to be, the woman Jason buried beneath his control. When I finally pull back, Rachel cups my face, her thumb grazing the raw spot on my cheek where Jason's coffee burned me. Her eyes darken. We're calling a lawyer. First thing in the morning, I nod. I don't argue. Rachel keeps her word. By noon I'm sitting in Sarah Thatcher's law office, clutching a cup of tea Rachel forced into my hands. Sarah is sharp-eyed, professional, her presence calm but commanding. She reminds me of the teachers who never put up with bullshit in school. I tell her everything: the financial control, the manipulation, the way Jason isolated me from my friends, the way I shrank inside myself until I barely recognized who I was. And then the moment I never thought I'd say aloud, he threw a mug at me. Sarah doesn't react right away. Instead, she leans forward, her voice steady but firm. What happened to you, Olivia, is abuse. The word knocks the breath from my lungs. I knew it, God, I knew it, but hearing someone else say it, it feels like looking in a mirror for the first time in years. I nod, my throat tight. I want out. Sarah nods back. Within the hour, Sarah sets the wheels in motion. We file for divorce immediately. A restraining order is in the works. She ensures Jason can't drain our shared accounts before the legal process starts. Rachel squeezes my hand as we sign the first round of paperwork. It's happening, Liv, you're free. For the first time, it feels real. Later that evening, back at Rachel's house, I sit on her couch, wrapped in a blanket, staring into space. You okay? Rachel asks, nudging my arm with a mug of cocoa. I don't know. The words are honest. I feel untethered, free, terrified. Rachel smiles gently. Then let's start small. She grabs her phone, scrolling through her contacts. Emma's been looking for someone to help at her bookstore. She says, it's not much, but it's a job, a fresh start. Hope flutters in my chest. A feeling I barely recognize. Yeah, I whisper. Let's start there. For the first time in years, I let myself believe in something better. The texts start with apologies. Liv, come home, let's talk. I didn't mean it, I didn't. Baby, please, just call me. I don't respond. I don't even read them past the previews anymore. Then, the messages change. You think you can just leave. You owe me, Olivia. I swear to God, if you don't come home, I'll come find you myself. My stomach tightens, my heart pounding as I grip my phone. I knew Jason wouldn't just let me walk away, but I hoped he wouldn't take it this far. Rachel notices the shift in my expression. She grabs my phone, scrolling through the messages, her lips pressing into a tight line. That's it, she mutters. We're calling Sarah. It happens 3 nights later. Rachel and I are curled up on the couch, a half-empty pizza box between us, watching a bad reality show in the headlights sweep through the window. My body goes rigid. A second later, I hear the unmistakable rumble of Jason's truck pulling into the driveway. Rachel is already on her feet, reaching for her phone. I peek through the curtain. Jason climbs out of the truck, his face shadowed in the dim porch light, his movements stiff with anger barely held in check. Vanessa is with him, arms crossed, her expression a mix of smugness and irritation, as if my leaving inconvenienced her personally. I can't breathe. Rachel holds up her phone. Sarah's on the line. Let them in. Sarah says, her voice steady. I'll handle it. Rachel unlocks the door. Jason bursts inside first, his eyes scanning the room until they lock onto me. I expect rage, but for a second, I see something else. Desperation. What the hell is this? Liv, his voice is low, dangerous. Vanessa steps in behind him, flipping her hair with practiced disdain. Jesus, Olivia, drama much? I sit up straighter, gripping the arm of the couch. You need to leave. Jason. My voice comes out steadier than I feel. Jason laughs, cold and sharp. You're my wife. You don't get to just walk out. He takes a step forward. I don't move. I already did. His jaw clenches, hands curling into fists at his sides. For once, I don't shrink. Come home, he demands. His voice is pure command. No. Jason stares at me, stunned, like he never expected me to actually refuse. Vanessa scoffs. You're seriously leaving all this behind? For what? Sleeping on Rachel's couch. Before I can respond, another voice cuts through the room. She's not sleeping on anyone's couch, Sarah says, stepping inside. She walks in like she owns the place, a folder of documents in hand. Jason's entire posture shifts the moment he sees her. A lawyer. He straightens, his confidence faltering. Who the hell are you? He snaps. Sarah barely glances at him. I'm Olivia's attorney. She pulls a stack of papers from her folder, handing them to him. These are your divorce papers. You're officially served. The room goes dead silent. Jason doesn't move. His face goes pale, then red. You can't be serious. His voice cracks. This is over, Jason. I say it calmly, evenly. Jason's eyes darken, his nostrils flaring. The fury is back. After everything I've done for you. He spits. After everything I've given you. I meet his gaze, something new and unshakable rising in me. What exactly have you given me, Jason? My voice is quiet, but it cuts through him like a blade. Fear, isolation, a life where I have to tiptoe around your moods. His hands twitch at his sides. He wants to lash out. I see it. Sarah doesn't flinch. I suggest you calm yourself, Mr. Carter, she says smoothly. Any further threats will be documented and used against you in court. Vanessa, ever the enabler, lets out a bitter laugh. You're making a mistake, Olivia. I turn to her for the first time. No, Vanessa, the mistake was staying as long as I did. Jason's breathing is ragged now, his hands still clenched. You'll regret this, he snarls. I swear to God, Liv. You're making the biggest mistake of your life. I take a slow breath. No, Jason, I Meet his furious, uncomprehending gaze. The mistake was ever thinking you were the man I thought I married. He stares at me. For the first time, I think he realizes he's lost. Sarah steps forward. I believe you've overstayed your welcome. Jason hesitates. Then, he turns. He storms out. Vanessa follows. Still muttering under her breath, the door slams shut behind them, and just like that, he's gone. I exhale, my legs finally giving out beneath me. Rachel is there in an instant, gripping my shoulders. Her face beaming with something fierce and proud. Holy shit, Liv. She whispers, you did it. Sarah nods approvingly, packing up her files. This is just the beginning, she says. But you're free now, Olivia, and that's everything. I press a hand to my chest, feeling the weight lift. For the first time in 6 years, I can breathe, and I already know I will never regret this. The air in my new apartment smells like fresh paint and possibility. It's small, a studio with creaky floors and a quiet street, but it's mine. No shadows of the past lingering in the corners, no waiting for the sound of Jason's truck in the driveway, no fear. I wake up without dread. I go to work at the bookstore, Emma's shop, filled with the scent of paper and ink, of stories waiting to be told. I shelve books, chat with customers, and lose myself in the steady rhythm of a world that doesn't revolve around survival anymore. Rachel's family has become my family. They invite me for Sunday dinners, where the conversation is loud and filled with laughter, where love doesn't have conditions. I never realized how much I needed that. One slow afternoon, I find myself wandering the aisles, running my fingers over familiar titles. Then, I see it, The Awakening by Kate Chopin. I pull it from the shelf, flipping through the pages. The words hit me like a tidal wave. I would give up the inessential. I would give my money, I would give my life, but I wouldn't give myself. I let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding. Maybe this is my awakening, too. That night, I sit at my tiny desk. A cup of tea beside me, my laptop open. For the first time in years, I write. The blank page doesn't feel empty. It feels like possibility. I type, Chapter 1, The Awakening. This wasn't just a new chapter in my life. It was a whole new book. And I couldn't wait to write it.